correct, because America was founded on an intersection of various isms, and we're saying how you're focused on just a worker rather than the worker and the slave.
Why can't our focus on
impacts of what?
Why can't our focus on capitalism, I guess, subsume and address the root causes?
The Wilderson evidence makes a pretty good point in answering that argument, because the bottom of it, the warrants sort of indicate how the focus of anti-capitalist authors is further creating further democratic spaces for workers instead of actually attacking the commodity, right? The difference between the worker and the commodity is different. That's not taken into account by anti-capitalist authors, in the sense that the slave that the 1AC recognizes is the commodity. Anti-capitalist authors don't do anything.
That's fine. Let's talk about this don't run framework and both at the same time. Why aren't we allowed to address the affirmative for multiple?
Well,
and when I say cross-ex, we kind of asked about this, and you said we could.
No, but you didn't ask about this specifically, and I'll tell you. I'll answer in the most simple way possible. You're saying that capitalism is obviously bad, but then you want to role play as a policymaker who institutes
our interpretation on framework was you have to defend the topic, we have to defend an alternative.
Right, exactly. So
I don't understand.
The argument is just sort of either the permutation on cap functions always because it can overcome the residual links of the discursive impact of framework, or either the alt just doesn't solve, and that's a unique reason to reject the negative, because your role-playing arguments on framework forces us to role-play as the same capitalist people that you indict.
Okay, I don't know. I don't understand why we are forcing you into a capitalist.
The standard evidence is really good on the fact that the people in Congress, policymakers, are the people that actually have money and such as that. So that capitalist discourse is what leads to the true claims of the 1NC.
Just people having money is the reason.
That's not even true, but the structure that's set up. I think the 1NC first piece of Zizek evidence, I think, agrees in the sense with the standard evidence.
Our evidence says that capitalism is a bad thing.
Right. Capitalism is structured upon the federal government space exploration, right? I think the 1NC would agree upon that, since that's a generic.
Why is your use of a metaphor? Space exploration is inherently capitalist. Why is that a good use for a metaphor?
We're not what?
If space exploration is capitalist, why is using something capitalist a good way for a metaphor to use a metaphor?
First of all, there's no specific links to metaphors as to how they're capitalist. Second of all, we're embracing the discursive lens, not the literal lens that your link evidence assumes.
So, I guess if your argument is that our framework excludes you from acting, what doesn't your framework exclude?
No, that's not the argument.
We're not saying that you're excluding us. We don't.
Okay.
How much time do we have left?